All right, good day, yogis. This is Stephen Cheng coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab. The 4-digit ID code is 8096 if you're prompted for verification. Costs are $10, and if you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. We're working on the honor system when we're working online. I am streaming on Instagram and on Facebook, and the videos are then uploaded to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. Visit any of those platforms for classes 24/7. If you're thinking about coming to in-studio classes, make sure you go back to the website, look for the text in pink, which are the instructions on how to pre-register for class. There is a waiver for you to download and to e-sign, and then when you email me to pre-register for class, you need to attach that e-signed waiver. All right, so today's class is basics. It is a level 1 class, and we are working a little bit slower, a little bit more mindfully. If you have any kind of special conditions or limitations or injuries, make sure that if you need to skip poses or modify poses, make sure you do that. No need to hurt yourself or exacerbate any kind of condition. If you're tight around the hips, you might want to elevate and sit up on the block. Okay, sitting up tall, let the palms face up and the fingers come to Dhyana Mudra, eyes come to close. Allow your shoulders to broaden as you even through your seat. With the lips touching, start to regulate your breath by breathing only through your nose. And let your inhales even out with your exhales. Let the mind start to quiet. Let your nervous system start to slow down. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs. Lifting the heart up towards the sky. Setting your intention for yoga practice. Devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Katopiwa, Katopiwa, Yahasmarit, Yahasmarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Pihyendraha, Pihyendraha, Sachihi, Sachihi. Starting to open the eyes and let the palms face up again. Fingers come back to Dhyana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, draw the right ear to the right shoulder. Take the right hand to the left side of the head. Pull gently to elongate. Right, so when I'm facing you, everything looks backwards, so make sure you follow the left and the right. And then draw the chin toward the right shoulder. Continue to pull gently to the back of the head, stretching your neck. Release, come back to center. Drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side, and pull gently, lengthening the right side of the neck. And chin toward the left shoulder, continue to pull gently to the back of the head. Release, back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction. Draw the ear to one side. roll it back, opposite side, roll a center. Take a few more rounds in that same direction. Gentle, easy circles, beginning to move the top of the spine in a circular motion, warming up your neck and your shoulders. And take one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest, and pause, full stop. Then take the circles in the other direction, moving at the same speed, nice and gentle circles. And one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest. And then lifting the chin parallel to the floor, a neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands to either side of you as you sit up tall, supporting. Flex to your heels and turn your toes toward each other. And then roll them out. 2 more times. Draw them in, roll out, draw in. Roll out and take outer rotations. Keep circling in that direction. So you're moving your hip joints, your knee joints, and your ankle joints. And back to center, and switch them around, inner rotations, opposite direction. And come back to center again. Cross your shins, but take the opposite shin on top, the other crossing of the legs. It should be a non-dominant side. It should feel a little bit awkward, a little bit tighter. Okay? Once you're set, raise your arms up high, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee. Now check your alignment. Look down past your torso. Make sure you're nice and vertical. Then lift the chin to parallel the floor, the neutral position, and then twist deeper through that central axis. So anytime you're taking a seated twist, you should try to keep a vertical line with your spine. You're not rounding or arching your back. Inhale, take it back to center, arms up. Exhale, other side. Left hand behind you, right hand to your left knee. So again, look down past your torso. Make sure you're nice and vertical. Then take the chin to parallel the floor and then deepen the twist. Looking behind you, past your left shoulder perhaps. Inhale, take it back to center, arms up. Exhale, side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Take it back up again. Exhale, other side. Take it back to center. We're going to twist again, changing it up this time. Right hand behind you. But you're going to walk your right hand further back. When you lean your torso back, right, you're not going to dump the weight through the mid-spine. You're just going to lean back with a straighter spine. And then with that slight tilting of your torso, you're going to twist. You're going to feel a different spot along your spine about on your lower back in which you're twisting from. Right? So for some of us, it might hit a really fantastic spot and really getting into the lower back, into the lower spine. All right, inhale, gently take it back up. Twist to the other side, walk your left hand further back, lean the torso back with a straighter spine, and bend at the elbow, and then rotate from there. So you're basically taking that vertical line and you're slanting it back, but you're keeping the neutral spine when you twist. Inhale, come back to center, arms up. Side bend again, right hand down, left arm overhead. But this time, you're going to let the left shoulder start to draw down a little bit. Reach your left fingertips toward the right hand corner of the room. And with that action, you're going to get a stretch across your shoulder blades. And then you're getting your outer arms a little bit more effectively. So again, you're getting just different spots along the upper back, particularly on the left side. On the inhale, take it back to stack. Notice that change in sensation, now going into straight up side bend instead of on the upper back, right? Come back to center, other side. So take it to the side bend first, and then let the right shoulder drop, angle your right fingertips toward the upper left-hand corner of the room, and extend. Get into the upper right shoulder blade. Take the shoulders back to stack. Come all the way back up. And then extend the legs forward and forward fold. You're going to reach your hands forward. If you can touch your toes, fantastic. If you cannot, grab anywhere along the shin. Try not to round the spine or shrug the shoulders, but instead keep a neutral lengthy spine and think about hinging at the hips to draw forward. So not rounding, but lengthening and drawing forward. And then, of course, if you have a better extension, start to reach for your feet. Good. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, you can always keep a slight bending of the knees. And draw back up. Left knee. Bend your left knee. You're sitting on the outer left hip, and you're lining up the hip with your left knee. The shin becomes more parallel to the front of the mat. So essentially, you're creating a 90-degree angle, flex your left foot. Then do the same thing with the back leg. 90 degrees with the left leg, 90 degrees with the right leg. Good. All right. As you heel, draw the front knee in toward the center a little bit more. Yes, good. And draw the back knee further back a little bit more. There you go. All right, so once you have that perfect, you're going to rotate to face over your left leg and frame your left leg with your hands. Right? That's right. Then keep that lengthy spine and hinge forward at the hips. You'll start to feel for the stretch of the outer left leg. Let's go forward about 45 degrees and let's work there first. Good. With your hand supporting, keep your left hand on the floor. Reach your right hand forward. Inhale, lengthen. Keeping that lengthy spine on the exhale. Inch forward and lower the upper torso a little bit. So now as you reach your right hand further forward, you're getting the stretch through the right side. There's also a rotation happening to your lower back. You might even feel more sensation to the outer left leg. Good. Staying at this height, you're going to start to angle to your left. Adjust your left hand to go a little bit further to the left as you rotate. Then walk your right hand further forward and keep reaching. So you're adding a rotation into your forward fold. Good. If you have even more, go further to your left. Reach further out. All right, so notice that rotation into your spine. Is that going into your right hip? All right, so yeah, to come out, you can step the foot down and just kind of like move your hip like this, and that will help you release it a little bit. Okay, so Rebecca, just keep staying there for as long as you can. All right, so you're also looking to the side, that's right. All right, so if it's too much for you to go too deeply, right, you should only walk to the point where you feel like, okay, I'm getting that stretch, but it's not overdoing anything. All right, let's start to walk it back. Keep the legs as they are, and then gently counter twist to the right side. Come back to center. I'm going to face you this time. Oh, so we're here. Come back to center. Step the right foot down. You're going to move the right foot further away from you, but you're lining up the heel with your seat, and you're going to pivot to your right heel. That's right. That's right. Again, frame your left leg with your hands. Okay? Then rotate the right knee forward, rotate the right knee back. You should heel. You might want to walk your hand further in toward the left leg. Yes, that will get your hand out of the way. That's right. Roll forward, roll back. Good. 5 times. Roll forward, roll back, roll forward, and then maybe Rebecca, walk your foot in a little bit. That's right. Good. That's right. Roll back. One more time. That's right. Roll forward, roll back. Now keep the knee rolling back. Ground the left palm so you can stabilize, and gently press your right thigh away from you. Good. That's right. So you're feeling for the openness to the inner right thigh into your hip crease, in toward the groin. So now you're opening into the hips. Wow, you have really tight hips, huh? So then, yes, all this stuff may be a little bit tricky for you, but if you're doing them, it will help you open up the hip joints a little bit and the muscles surrounding them. All right, start to break, release. We're going to switch sides. So this time, the right heel comes in. You're going to sit on the outer right hip, outer right leg. Take a 90-degree angle. So line up the hip with the knee, and then across. And then left heel back. So 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Good. Now flex your foot. So you can, yes, that's right. That's flexing. This is pointing. So flexing. Good. Frame your right leg with your hands. So you're lining up over to your right leg. Lengthen the spine. And then start to lean forward about 45 degrees. So you're beginning to feel the extension through the outer right leg into the hip a little bit. But you want to keep lengthening through your spine because you want the extension. And that lengthening also, as you're holding it, strengthens, right? Left hand forward. Inhale, exhale. Crawl the left hand further forward as you lower a little bit more. Good. Keep the spine lengthening. So you might feel even more outer right hip stretch, outer right leg stretch. Now sustain that height. Start to walk over to the right. So move your left hand, move your right hand further back so you can support as you rotate. Then move your left hand further out. Keep reaching. And then if you have a little bit more, go even further to the right, rotate, reach your left hand further, and extend. Keep holding here. Good. So better on this hip, huh? Do you have an injury? It's your right hip. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Walk it back in. Keep the legs as they are. Counter twist to your left. And square back to center. Right? You're going to take the left foot, step it down to the floor. Walk it slightly further away from you so there's space, and then pivot to the heel. The hands are framing your right leg. So you want the left hand to be closer to the right leg so that it doesn't get in the way of the leg. Okay? So, right hand, outer right leg. That's right. And then walk the other hand in. There you go. All right? So you're lining up over the right leg. Draw the left knee forward. That's right. Roll forward. Good. And then roll it back. So Shaquille, you might want to walk the foot back in. Yeah, that's good. All right, 5 times. Roll forward, roll back. All right, so you have to find that distance for yourself. Roll forward, roll back, roll forward, roll back. One more time. Roll forward and roll back. Keep rolling back. Ground the right palm to the floor. Leverage weight into your right hand. And gently press your left thigh away from you. Good. All right, so opening into the inner left hip, into the hip crease, in towards the groin. All right, start to release, come back to center, extend the left leg forward, extend the right leg forward, and walk your feet wide, about max width, and support with your hands. Flex your feet and turn your toes in toward each other. Stay there. So this is inner rotation. You're working the outer hips and the hip flexors. All right, already for me, I'm beginning to feel, and then roll them out to release them. In your calf. So it could be that maybe your hip flexors are pretty flexible, pretty strong. Like for me, when I held it for a little bit, even as soon as I did that, it was like, oh, it's beginning to tense up. So for me, my hip flexors are tight. So when I make them do work, then they kind of scream a little bit. And then one more time, roll out. And then release. Now, Shaquille, when you normally are standing around, do you have a habit of putting all your weight onto it like this? If you're not sure, next time, maybe start to think about it and pay attention. Maybe even Rebecca can kind of like look at her every so often and be like, you're doing this, exactly what Stephen says, Because what happens is, if you always habitually do this, and you put all your weight on that side, what happens is these muscles get tight, right? So what we want to do is even things out. Try to do the best you can to stand evenly, right? We all do it, right? But you just have to start paying attention so that you can bring your body back into more left and right symmetry, so that if you have any of that kind of tightness, whatever, you can start to adjust them. All right, so bend the knees, swing the legs back behind you, take the hands down for down dog. So your hands are about shoulders width, feet are about hips width, and you want to go to an inverted V position and start to pedal out the legs and walk it out side to side, loosen things up. All right, come back to stillness in your down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Foot is flexed, strongly reaching through that heel. Step the right foot forward between your hands, ground the back heel down, warrior one. So check that your right toes point straight forward, which means the inside of the foot is parallel to the side of the mat and standing up tall. You want to line up the right knee directly over the heel with a vertical shin. Square the hips, square the torso to face forward the best you can. Right? If your hips are tight, you might not be able to square fully. That's okay. The intention is try to square forward, facing forward. Palms are facing each other, extend it. Good, warrior one. Open up the arms, open up the hips for warrior two. Look at that front knee again. Keep that right knee lined up over the heel. The legs are strong, arms are parallel. Rebecca, lift the back arm a little higher. Yeah, there you go. All right, so sometimes when we're not looking at the back arm, it gets lazy, right? So make sure they stay. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Support the left hand to left leg, right arm up and back. Side angle, let's modify it. Take the right arm to top of the right leg and support. Lift the ribs away from the side. So you're activating the ribs. Stack your shoulders and raise your left arm up, reaching. This is your side angle. Inhale, come back up and reverse your warrior. Stretch out your right side again. Now lengthen out the right leg, triangle. Tip the left hip back, reach your right hand further forward. Take the right hand to top the shin, left arm up, triangle pose. Good. So this is where you're testing out your hamstring flexibility. If you're feeling pretty good on the next round, we'll take the hand to the floor instead. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle, keep the right leg extended, right arm up and back. Then bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. And lower all the way down to the belly. Point the toes back. Hands are alongside the rib cage. 3 progressive cobras. Elbows alongside. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. In baby cobra, your belly and your ribs stay on the floor, and you're lifting the upper back, engaging the upper back with the back bend. On the exhale, lower almost all the way down, so you're still hovering. Inhale, lift up a little higher. This time, your belly and your lower ribs are away from the floor. Elbows are still deeply bent. And the back bend goes a little bit down the spine. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. Now, if you have the range to fully extend the arms, then take it. If you have to keep the elbows bent a little bit, then take that. Wherever you are, this is your Cobra Pose. The higher up you go with your torso, the lower down the back bend. Bend the elbows, slowly lower all the way down. Child's pose. Lift the hips, take the seat toward the heels, press firmly into your hands, and then bow down. Stay on your shins, walk your hands in, and sit on the heels. Right hand to the floor. Left arm is up. Inhale. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center 3 times. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Side bend to the right. And hold. If you have a little bit more range, maybe bend the right elbow more and tip over to the right side even more. Take it back up to vertical. Extend the left arm forward. Bend your left elbow, soften your fingertips. Draw the left elbow back on the inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay twisting. And keep reaching the right, left fingertips over to the right. Keep looking behind you. Square back to center. Reach both arms up. Gently looking up and tip it back into a slight back bend. Come back to neutral. Wrap the hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Broaden your shoulders. Kiss your shoulder blades toward each other. And then reach your knuckles back. And further kissing your shoulder blades toward each other. Lean back again for a back bend. Come back to neutral spine, releasing your hands. Left hand to your floor for support. Right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, come back to vertical. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, back to vertical. Exhale, side bend to your left, and stay side bending. If you have even more, dip even more to your left. Take it back up to vertical. Reach your right arm forward. Bend your right elbow, soften your fingertips. Draw the right elbow back. Twist to your left. Draw the right elbow back. Twist to your left. Draw the right elbow back. Twist to your left. Stay twisting. And then maybe reaching even more actively with your right fingertips to the left side, looking past your left shoulder behind you. Square back to center. Reach your arms forward and up for a slight back bend. Come back to vertical. Wrap the hands back behind you. This time, take the non-dominant interlacing of your hands. So whatever was the dominant side, you would do without thinking. Then switch and take the other thumb on top, and you should feel a little bit awkward. Then broaden your shoulders, reach your knuckles back, lift the heart center up, and gently lean back, gently looking up. Come back to center, release your hands, walk your hands forward, and then feel the rush of blood through your legs. Tuck the toes under, and very slowly lift the knees, come back to your down dog, and pedal out the legs. Walk it out side to side. All right, come back to stillness in your down dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up, three-legged dog. Step the left foot forward between your hands, right heel comes down. So left toes point straight forward, inside of the foot, parallel to side of the mat. Left knee lines up over the left heel. Ground through the back heel down, raise your arms up high, warrior one. Good. Open it up, warrior two. Check your front knee again, make sure you're still directly over the heel, vertical line. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Left arm to top of left leg. Stack your shoulders. Raise your right arm up, side angle. So this is your modified position, a little bit higher, so it's a little bit easier for your hips and your hamstrings right now. Inhale, take it back up. Reverse warrior, stretch out your left side again. Come back to center, lengthen out the left leg, triangle. Tip the right hip back, reach your left hand forward, left hand to top of the shin. Right arm reaching up. Inhale all the way back up. Reverse the triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back. Lower all the way down to the floor again. This time, we'll take the back bend slowly to rise all the way up, and we're going to hold it up. Hands alongside the rib cage. Inhale, lift the head, upper back, and slowly Keep lifting until you get to your fullest extension of your arms, and then you're going to hold it there. This is your Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. All right, so keeping your Cobra Pose, you're going to look over to the right past your right shoulder. So you're adding a cervical spinal rotation into your back bend. Square back to center, looking forward, and then look past your left shoulder behind you. Square back to center. Bend the elbows. Lower all the way down to the floor. All right, this time I'll face you. You're going to take the left arm in 45 degrees and lift the upper back. So you're nice and supported. Bend your left knee. Reach your right hand back to grab the inside of the left foot. That's right. And then kick the foot back. Look past your right shoulder behind you. You'll kick the foot away. That's right. So that stretches your arm and your shoulder. All right, release, square back to center, switch arms. Right arm turns in, 45 degrees. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand, grab the foot and kick it away from you and look past your left shoulder behind you. Release, square back to center. Draw the elbows out, walk your hands back in. Come to your child's pose once again. And then start to come up, sitting on your shins. Extend your arms forward. Right arm underneath your left, eagle arms. Now, if you cannot double wrap, single wrap. If you can double wrap, good. Once you double wrap, lift the elbows up, gaze upwards into back bend, and then reach through your elbows. So reaching through your elbows upwards will give you a lot of space through your triceps, the underside of your arms, and the underside of your arm, your shoulder joint. Come back to neutral. Then round just your mid and upper back. Draw the elbows toward the ribs and reach your fingertips forward. So now you're opening up the back. Lift it back up to vertical. Twist to the right. So press your right arm against your left, and it should be a very nice left shoulder stretch. Come back to center, twist your left arm, press against your right. Come back to center. Release, reach arms, out and up and look up. And release, arms alongside. Good. And then reach your fingertips down with the sides of the neck and the top of the shoulders, release. All right, reach your arms forward again. This time, it's the left arm that wraps underneath. Now, yeah, Shaquille. Try to cross at the elbows so that when you bend your elbows, they've already crossed. Ah, good. There you go, much better this time. Right, because your top arm past the elbow, so when you bend, you're in a much better position. Okay, lift the elbows up. Gaze up and reach to your elbows so that there is a lot of lengthening through the underside of the arms and opening into the armpits and the shoulder joint. Come back to neutral and draw the elbows toward the ribs and reach your fingertips forward and round the upper back. Come back up to vertical. And then twist your left. Press your left arm against your right, so there should be a nice amount of stretch to your right shoulder. Twist, yeah, that's right. Come back to center. Twist to the right. Press your right elbow against your left. Come back to center. Release your arms. Reach your arms out and up and gently looking up. And the arms alongside. Reach your fingertips. Let the hands go a little bit wider so you can get more length to your sides of the neck and the top of the shoulders. Good. And then walk your hands forward. As you come forward, feel for that rush of blood back through the legs. Start to walk your feet forward towards your hands. Separate your feet about mat width distance. Take the left hand to center, creating a tripod. Bend your left knee, keep the right leg extended. Raise your right arm up to twist and add a half bind. Right hand behind you to your lower back and twist. Raise your right arm back up, take it to the floor. Even out your hands. Then bend your knees, reach your tail back. Sink your belly resting on top of your thighs. And your thighs are about parallel to the floor. Now with your hands supporting, crown of the head reaching forward. So you're looking for a really lengthy spine in this kind of squatting position, supporting with your hands. So by now, your quads are probably beginning to fire up a little bit. All right, lengthen out the legs and bow forward once again. Keep your feet separated about mat width. Right hand to center, creating a tripod. Bend your right knee, keep the left leg extended. Raise your left arm up to twist. Take that to a half bind, left hand behind you, and twist deeper. Release, left arm back up, left hand to the floor. Same thing. Hand to the floor, even out for support. Bend the knees. Your thighs on top of your belly is on top of your thighs. Tails reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward. So find the lengthiness. This time, take the arms out to the side. So it's unsupported. You're going into the hip opening, glute stretch, quad strengthener, strengthening of the lower back, and lengthening of your spine. On the inhale, lift the torso, reach the arms up, lengthen out the legs, come all the way up, a gentle back bend. And then release your arms, standing tall, step the feet in together. Tree pose, stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee, open up the knee to right side, grab the foot, take it to the inner left leg, as high up the left leg as possible. Try to go above the knee joint if you can. If that throws you off, difficult for your hips, then go below the knee joint. Once you have the footing, raise your arms up and out into a wide position. Good. You may remain here or take a side bend to your tree. Right hand to right leg, left arm up. The hips move to the left as you side bend to the right. It was just the one that was, okay. Looking good though. Nice and steady. All right. Take your way back to a vertical line, arms up, draw the right knee forward, step the right foot down, release, and walk it out side to side. All right, back to center. Feet together, knees together. This is your Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Stepping on the right foot this time. Pick up the left knee. Open up the knee to left side. Grab for that foot. Take it to the inner right leg. Above the knee joint if you can. Hands together in prayer. Arms up and out in a wide position. So you're looking to the floor, straight ahead of you, to a fixed point. So looking at that fixed point and focusing to help you to balance. Once you're steady, you'll be taking a side bend. Left arm to left leg, right arm up. And as you move the hips to the right, you're side bending to the left. Start to take it back up to center. Raise the arms up, draw the left knee forward, step the left down, walk it out. All right. Come back to stillness, Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Stepping on the left foot again, pick up the right knee. Right hand to right knee, left hand to left hip. If you have better flexibility, you can take yogic toe lock to the right big toe and extend the heel forward. Reach your left arm out to counterbalance and open up the leg to the side. Now, if you don't have yogic toe lock, all you have is hand to knee, that's perfectly fine. You just want to stand strong and tall on the left leg and balance here. Square back to center, step the right foot down, and walk it out. All right, second side, come back to Tadasana. Stepping on the right foot, pick up the left knee. Left hand to left knee, right hand to right hip. Steady your balance here. If you have the extension and you took the yogic toe lock, then go ahead, take the yogic toe lock, extend. Right arm out to counterbalance and open up the left leg or left knee to the side. That's your slightly kind of injured side. So when you're ready, break, step it back in, and walk it out side to side. But that's your side that's a little bit kind of tricky right now. So, all right. All right. Come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms, forward and up. Bend the knees and dive forward. Fingertips to floor, bend the knees and stepping your right foot back. Crescent moon, right knee comes down to the floor, untuck the toes. Now, if your knees are sensitive, you might want to fold your mat right side towards center, so you double up the mat for more cushioning. Then walk your hands to the top of the thighs, and then you want to lunge your hips forward. Get into the stretch of your right quads, into the hip flexors, right? Now, you want to line up the left knee over the left heel, vertical line here. This is a very supportive structure for this pose. So first concentrating on the hips moving forward for the quad stretch. Once you have that nice quad stretch, then you're going to go the opposite direction with your torso. You're going to press your hands into your thighs and lean the upper torso back, and maybe even gently start to look upwards, right, at an angle. This is the beginning of your back bend. You can keep your hands here supporting, or if you're ready to take the arms up, Venus Mudra, index fingers pointing up, interlacing the other fingers and reaching the arms up and back. Now, if your shoulders are tight and you cannot get the arms this far back behind the ears, then you can go straight up or forward. Alternatively, you can separate your hands shoulders width or maybe even go wider. So it all depends on the mobility of your shoulders and what is comfortable. If it's tough for your knees, right? Yeah. You can get up and then do this, and this will triple up your mat. Now, if this is still quite difficult, then tuck the toes under, and rather than taking it this deep, you can come in a little bit and be a little bit more vertical, like the 90-90 that we were doing before. That's going to be a little bit easier, right? How does that feel? Okay. Okay, you just needed that extra cushioning. Okay, so that works for you. Is that much better for you? Okay, good. That's why the blankets are really quite useful, but unfortunately we're not using props right now. We're not sharing props because of COVID, right? So, all right, let's begin to break. Hands to either side of the left foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and gently start to lengthen out the front leg. Now notice if your feet are quite wide and you feel like you're going toward a split and you're not able to sustain it, So you might want to hop the back foot in a little bit, shorten the stance. It's going to make you feel so much more stable. And then you're looking to lengthen the front leg the best you can. If you're not able to lengthen fully, that's okay. Keep a slight bending of the knee. All right, so you're looking to lengthen your hamstrings here. And also because Rebecca has legs for days, right? It's a lot harder for you to do this if you don't have that innate flexibility in the hamstring. So it's going to be a little bit more work for you. For me, not so hard. I have really short legs. So I'm already closer to the ground. All right, bend the front knee. Palms flat. Step the left foot back and press it back to your down dog. You can keep your mat like that. You're going to come right into the other side. All right, second side. Raise your right leg up and step the right foot forward between your hands, and the left knee comes down. So, extra padding to your left knee if you need it. Walking your hands to top of the thighs. So for those of you at home who have your own blankets or your towels, right? This is how you use the blankets so that you can get a lot of cushioning and support to your knees, right? And of course, again, if you don't have blankets or towels, you have the option of getting up and doing this, and this will triple up your mat, giving you lots of cushioning. Right, so you're lunging forward, getting into the stretch of the quads, into the hip flexors, into the psoas. You want to line up the right knee with the right heel. This vertical structure is very supportive. Hands to the top of the thighs and leaning the upper torso back, gently starting to look up because of the back bend. And then once you're ready, taking the arms up, Venus Mudra. Alrighty, let's break. Hands to either side of the right foot. Tuck the left toes under, lift the back knee, and lengthen over the right leg. Again, test it out. If you're going too wide, walk it in a little bit. That might give you a better stabilizing structure so that you can lengthen out the front leg a little bit more effectively. You might want to walk it in a little bit more, yeah. So even if you have to bend that knee, it's going to be more stabilizing for you to walk it in a little bit. Alrighty. Bend the front knee, ground the palms, step the right foot back, come to a down dog. So now, Rebecca, you do need to extend the mat back out. All right. Pigeon Pose. Raise your left leg up. Draw the left knee in toward the nose. You're in a pointed toe position. Land the top of the left shin to the floor. Your left thigh angles out 30 to 45 degrees with your hands supporting into right knee as far back as you can, and then lowering the seat as far back as you can. Untuck the toes. Walk your hands back and try to sit up tall here. Now, the measurement should give you a pretty level pelvis. If you're sitting all on one side, you're going to feel like you're curving your spine. So we want to avoid that. You want a vertical spine, which means you have to find a level pelvis. And then if you did this right, you should feel pretty balanced even without your hands. When you're ready, walk your hands forward. You can stay in your forearms, or you can make pillows with the hands and rest your forehead. This is a pigeon pose. So this is a very nice hip opener, very restful, quieting pose. Let it all go. Now you may remain here and keep it simple. keep it quiet. Or if you want a deeper back bend, you can walk your hands in, lift the torso, and with your hands supporting, lift up and lean back. You might even start to look upwards a little bit, and that will give you a really nice back bend. Also, start to stretch your quads, your hip flexors again, and your psoas on the right side. All right, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in, tuck the right toes under, and press it right back to your down dog and pedaling out the legs. All right, second side. Raise your right leg up. Draw the right knee in towards the nose. Land that shin to your floor. So again, you're in a pointed right toe position. Shin comes down. Right knee, right thigh angles out 30 to 45 degrees, depending on the rotation of your hips. Hands supporting into left knee as far back as you can to lower your feet. Untuck your toes. Maybe adjusting your hands. Sitting up tall. You should feel levelness with your pelvis. Spine should feel pretty vertical, and you're feeling pretty balanced here. When you're ready, walk your hands forward, stay in your forearms, and make pillows with your hands. Right, you might remain there if that's how you took it the first side. If you came up for a deeper back bend, go ahead and lift the torso, walk your hands in, supporting evenly. You want to lift up and feeling like you're leaning back a little bit with the upper back, gently looking up and sustaining a back bend here. And start to break. Walk your hands back to the floor. Tuck the left toes under. Step it back to your down dog and pedal out. And then start to walk your feet forward towards your hands. Take the feet down and extend the legs forward. I'll give you a side view here. Seated spinal twist. Keep the left leg extended. Step the right foot over. Right hand behind you. Left arm up and twist to the right. Hook the left arm to the right leg and rotate into the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Back to center again, switch legs. Right leg extended, step the left foot over. Left hand behind you, right arm up, twist to your left. Inhale back to center. Keep the legs as they are. Exhale, counter twist to the right. Back to center again. Extend both legs forward. Hands to either side of you with your hands supporting. Slide onto your back. Keep the left arm out in a T position. Draw the left knee in and twist to the right. Recline twisting. Now keep your left arm and your left shoulder blades flat to the floor. And that is acting as your support structure as you rotate into the spine for your twist. All right, take it back to center. Switch legs, switch arms, and twist the other direction. Take it back to center again. Hug both knees in. Nope, you're still on your back. Hug both knees in. And then step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward. Shavasana. Final relaxation. You're laying down. You're laying down. Shavasana. And let it all go. Eyes are closed. Let the floor support. Begin to draw the breath back in and start to move the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite direction. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. And I'll come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. I appreciate your time. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo, again, is my preferred way of payment. My handle is Simha Yoga Lab. 4-digit ID code is 8096. Costs are $10. If you're having a difficult time, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. I am on Instagram and on Facebook, live streaming. I'm also then uploading the same video to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. Please visit any of those platforms for your classes anytime. Thank you again. Be well. See you soon.